beautiful people, it's Rickita and I'm back with another video. So this is going to be a crazy kind of podcast because it's thundering out here. It's Labor Day. Kids not at school, kids not at daycare. I don't know what's going to happen. But we have Mr. Larry Brooks here, and I'm so happy to have him because he's out in Houston. So y'all know it's really hot in Houston. It's really nice in Texas. Everybody want to go to Houston. So thank you, Mr. Brooks, for actually coming to my podcast. How are you doing today?
I'm doing amazing, and thank you so much for having me. Unlike your weather, we having beautiful weather. It's hot, but we're having beautiful weather here in Houston, Texas.
Yeah, it's usually hot here, but it's cooling down. It's very windy. You're gonna see my hair blowing a lot.
Yeah.
But he has his own real estate brokerage out in Texas, you guys. So if you're looking to buy in Texas, this is the person you want to listen to. And like I said to everybody, I seen different comments like, I need to buy in this area, that area. You can do the surrounding areas too of Houston. How far can you go outside of Houston?
Well, my brokerage firm, I have one of the largest minority-owned brokerage firms in Texas. So literally, I have agents that are here in Houston as well as scattered out throughout the state. But we have different areas that we can help in. So, I mean, to answer that question, if they're in Texas, we have someone that I can either, if my agents can immediately help them, we got a referral partnership that most definitely can help them out.
Okay, perfect. That sounds perfect. So how long have you been in real estate? How long have you been doing your brokerage? How long have you had it?
Yeah, so I've been in real estate myself. I've been in real estate over 21 years. I've been a broker for 17 years. Yeah, and then I've had Brooks and Davis Real Estate Company for the last 13 years.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's nice. And how many realtors? Because you said there's a lot of y'all. How many realtors are actually on your team?
I currently have 70. So
see, that is perfect.
Yeah, we are able to, it really helps us when it comes to, being able to help people in the market that are scattered out. So over 70 agents.
Yes, and then when we talked before, you guys, for like a little bit. He said that he's really good at listing, but if you guys are looking to sell your property, you guys definitely look to him to actually get your property. So a lot of people like to sell and buy something else, but you guys are perfect with buyers too. Like, tell me the special type of programs you have out there for buyers.
Yeah. The thing about Texas is we're buyer friendly out here. So we have everything from great military veterans benefit programs, and literally a large amount of veterans come here because Texas gives them more for their VA monies and their zero down programs that we offer. And then we have great programs for people that are what we call frontline workers, right? Some of those are educator programs where there's zero down programs for teachers, police officers, fire department, medical staff, things like that. And then our city of Houston also has an amazing grant program where we give people a large amount of money if they buy back into our inner city. A lot of people have kind of left those areas because of the regentrification that's taking place. But what we're saying in Houston, if you buy back into those communities, we're going to pretty much take care of your down payment when you move back into the city that way.
Oh, wow. And are those properties, are they move-in ready?
They are. Most of them
buying into the area?
Ready. Yeah, because what's happening is because it's regentrified, you have builders that have already went out there, redid the land, built new homes on those properties, and then the city of Houston backdoors and give you about a grant of over $35,000 to actually take care of your down payment and your closing costs to move back into those communities. Yeah,
that's amazing. So they like get there with no money, and then they're in that area too. And I always tell people those are areas we really want to get back into. I'm into. I don't care what race you are buying, but Black people in particular, we really need to make sure that we go and get those areas, because when that price value go up, we're there to get that price value. Because they put money into that area, you want to be in that area. Wherever money is flowing, you want to go to that area. So that's perfect. So y'all got no money down for vets. Y'all have no money down for the first line. You said the frontline workers, right? Like teachers. That is amazing. So when you say no, there's so many people out there with debt. So much debt, you guys, that they can't even get a car, they can't get a mortgage, they can't even get a credit card. Like, I mean, a $200 credit card. Some people can't even get a secure credit card. So that's why I created my exclusive credit membership, and it's only $1, you guys. So my exclusive credit membership, you guys will actually get the letters to delete bankruptcies, charge off, repossessions, any negative account that you have in your credit reports. I have the letter so you guys can get that deleted. But guess what? Just because you guys are a part of my exclusive membership, you can get all those letters. But say if you don't want to do all that work, I have it so that you guys can get free credit repair. So that means I will actually start working to help you remove these accounts from your credit reports. And look right here, look all the results that my clients are getting. So definitely remember, you guys can join my exclusive membership for just $1. And I'll have that link down below. Or you guys can text SCORE 21,000 and you guys will have that link. So I'll see you guys in my exclusive membership. Money down, do they still have to show the proof of funds, right? Because I always try to tell people.
Oh yeah, great question. So yes, they still want to know that you can financially afford to have a home. So your debt to income ratios and things like that still have to be in order. You still need to have some money in the bank account so that you got some show that you got reserves, which shows responsibility. So it's not that when you walk, and you still got to be able to do your earnest money in the beginning out of your own pocket, although that check will come back to you at closing, you still need to financially be able to have some skin in the game when it comes to that. Yeah.
And explain earnest money to those who may not know what earnest money is.
Great question. So earnest money is a term or that what you basically use in order to take the property off the market. So earnest money varies here in Texas. It can be anywhere from $1,000 to a percentage. So sometimes it could be 1% of whatever the listing price of the house is. But that $1,000, what that money does is it basically says to the person selling the home, I am serious about purchasing your home. This is money that I'm giving you in order for you to remove it, to place it on pending, or pending continue to show as we go through the process.
Okay. So it's not like money that's going to be gone, y'all. It's like a security deposit in a way. Think about like a security deposit, but it's going to go towards the price that
you said it perfectly. It's like a security deposit. Yes.
Yeah, think of it like that. Yeah. So I know that my niece kind of married somebody that's older, but my niece, she actually built her house out there. Is it a lot of lots out there to build, or is that big out there in Houston for people to build?
Yeah, building out here is a very big thing because we have so much land. And so with our land, we're just continuing to just expand. So yes, you can come down here or literally find different areas in not only Houston, but Texas, where they are builders. Like KB Homes is a popular one that's all across the country. Lenore Homes is a popular one that's all across the country, that you can actually do a contract and build with them. Of course, use the assistance of a realtor so you realize what it is that you're getting. And then we have the areas where if you want to acquire a lot and then take that lot and have a builder build on it, you have that opportunity as well. So we have a lot of land. Yeah.
How much is like your average land? Is it more expensive than other areas, or is it cheaper? You know, a lot of people say everything is big in Texas, so you're going to get more than you will get in terms of money. But how expensive would it be for somebody to actually get like a, let's say if they want to get them like a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, or 4-bedroom, 2-bath? How expensive are we thinking? How much are we looking at paying?
And realistically, our numbers say that we're at $250,000 as the first time buyers. But I would honestly say I have builders that can build you a home, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, brand new, ground up for $185,000. So that's a good number. And you know, that's a good number in an area where the equity in your home is going to grow. So no market outside of Arizona is going to compete with what we can do here in Texas. Like hands down, we're going to give you more for your money. No one's going to be able to compete with us other than Arizona. I've seen them have some good stable markets as well. But we don't have our heat is better than their heat.
Yeah. So if I wanted to buy a home, or anybody wants to buy a home, where would you guide them to? What would you suggest to them if they want to buy a home?
You know, we have so many options here. So I would say to you, depending on what your profession is, because if you're in the medical field, I'm going to say, you know what, you want to be in medical in the center south. It's about 15 minutes away from downtown Houston. You can buy in a great subdivision, large home, gated community that's less than 15 minutes from your job. If you're in the field of oil and gas, then I'll say, you know what, you need to be in there, our energy corridor, which is our Katy community, which has great stable properties and homes out that way as well. So we got so many different sectors that can get you close to where you want to be at here in Houston. So, and then you can never go wrong with just building in our regentrification communities, simply because they're going to give you great money, and then those places are 5 to 10 minutes away from anything you want to do within the city, from our Galleria to our downtown communities.
Okay, and I know for sure you have connection with mortgage brokers out there. When you have a brokerage, Like I actually have a brokerage too, so I know I need to have those
Yeah.
connects.
Don't forget, you only need a 580 credit score to buy a home. Some people can go all the way down to a 500 credit score. So all I want you to do is go ahead and click that link for my home buying program, and I'll help you step by step find a mortgage broker or find a bank to actually give you the money to get a loan, and then I'll connect you with one of my partners in the United States. So I don't care where you at. I don't care if you're in Georgia, Texas, Florida, Wisconsin. I don't care where you at. You can even be in Cali. Go ahead and click that link and join my home buying program.
Now,
That's
what
right.
credit score should people have? Like, what credit score, like the minimum, and then two, what's the ideal? Because minimum and ideal is two different things. What credit
Facts.
score you think people should have when they want to buy and purchase out there?
Yeah, it's a great question. That is an amazing question. So here's what I like to suggest to people. If you have a little bit of money in reserves, you're dealing with a 580 credit score, there's people that can get you done with that. But something that's more ideal is if you're over 620, then you're probably looking at more of a, not a challenging credit score, but if you get to at least a 680, you can probably be around that 3 point something credit score that everyone's aiming for, that you never have to refinance the house when you get something that low. But I would say ideal, if you got to walk into the property, nothing lower than 620, but ideal would be 680. I haven't seen very many challenges with people getting qualified and being able to get into a home within a 30 to 45-day window when that credit is in that type of line. Now, 580, if you got some money in reserves and you just done a bad job at kind of paying things on time, then and you have that struggle is why you have that 580 credit score, they can get you done. But I like to see you have more finances in reserve, for some of the things that you're going to have to pay for. That's a little different.
And what do you mean by reserves? For those that may not know, like, what do you mean by
So,
reserves?
more money. I need you to have
Okay,
more
just
money in
have
your
more
bank
money
account.
saved.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
have
need to
more
have more
money
money
put to the
saved.
side. Don't just
Yeah.
have your down payment, y'all. Don't have your down payment. Then your debt to income ratio too. Don't have a lot of debt. Start paying off
Yeah.
those credit cards. And if
Yeah.
you can to consolidate some of them in terms of get you another credit card, like get a Navy Fed credit card where they'll give you like a $10,000 limit and move the balances over so that you got that one balance. That's something you can do too.
Thanks.
So
That's
debt to
right.
income is very real out there, huh?
Yeah, it's very real. And the thing is real estate in Texas rewards you for how you've taken care of your finances or your credit in the past. You get a
Okay.
anyway, I would say you get a much better deal if you've been financially responsible with your credit and your monies in the past. And then for those of you that maybe just starting over, we're not ruling you out. We're just saying you're going to get a little higher of an interest rate. And you may have to pay a little bit more monies. But I mean, it's one of the things that when we get our hands spanked, that's a part of us getting our hands spanked.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand that, but I'm glad you just made it real, y'all.
It's
It's
real.
reality. You messed up, so now we gotta, you gotta fix it, or we gonna have to just deal, right? So,
Yes.
how long after someone is actually pre-approved? So, somebody is pre-approved, they sent to you. How long is it gonna take for them to actually? I won't even say close on a home. Well, I would say close on a home. They pre-approved, they find their home.
Mhm.
How long is it gonna take for them to usually close after they find a home?
Find a home. If they're going with a pre-existing home, a pre-owned home, you should be able to close them with 30 to 45 days max. And that means from everything from you getting all your inspections done to you feeling comfortable to you going through your phase of buyer remorse and then being ultimately excited about getting into their property again, because it happens.
Yeah,
45 days is max. Like I haven't
like
seen a lot
yeah.
go over that number. Usually it could be a lot less. If you're one of those people that got at least a 680 credit score, meaning everything is looking the way it needs to look, I mean, it's a streamlined process, but just in case you want to be cautious, you want to go through again that buyer's remorse and go backwards and forwards with that for a little while. 45 days max, you're moving into that property.
Okay, that
Yeah.
sounds amazing. And two, let's kind of backtrack a little bit because I was
Mhm.
kind of, we got to find a house too. How
Yeah.
many properties do y'all even have on the market right now? Do y'all even have properties on the market so that they can have a nice amount to choose from?
It's that is very price sensitive, right? So
Okay.
I've seen people get more value out of buying a new home, going with a new home builder. I've seen you get more value out of it because sellers, like if it's a existing home, because there's not many on the market or they're going into contract so quickly, they're not as giving. They're not saying, hey,
Yeah.
let me give you more, let me help you with your closing costs. Or hey, they're not giving as much because they're move-in ready. People are like, okay, I'm ready to move right now because I want to get this easy interest rates. My kids get ready to start back to school, all of those things. So I say if you have the time, then buying a new home, you would get more value out of your dollar.
Okay. And how long does it usually take for builders to build?
Oh, wow. So that's a great question. Back in the old days, I would say 3 to 4 months. Right now, because of the shortage of lumber, the shortage of employees that they have that is actually building the homes, I would say you're looking at about a 6 to 7 month process.
Okay, that's kind of like us too. With
Okay, y'all
lumber,
on that same. Okay.
we're out here. Yes, yes. But you see a lot of people. Well, you see a lot of companies out here building, but they're building like condos and stuff like that.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, you guys, look at these results that one of my clients got just from opening a self account. Now, this self account is amazing. So, I have this account also. I paid $48 per month, and then after a year, they send me all my money back. But you know the best part? I'm saving money, and then they're reporting to the credit bureaus, all 3 credit bureaus, every month that I'm paying on time, which is really boosting my credit score, you guys. So, definitely, if you don't have a self account right now, it's an installment account, your credit score is really low, get that self account. You're going to be so happy that you did it.
Okay.
So now it's like, okay, all the lumber is kind of gone. We just gotta wait. Slow. It was, slowing down, pulling permits. It's gonna take longer out here. Do y'all have a permit problem out there too?
We don't right now.
Oh, right now.
Yeah, right now we don't. So the reason why I say right now, because literally we have had it in the past, and we were probably struggling with it in the first part of the year. But right now, it seems like from the relationships that I have and everyone I've been talking to, it's kind of being more streamlined at this point. So it's not as challenging at first as how it was. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that sounds amazing. So I always ask everybody, name a situation where you had a buyer. Okay, you there?
Okay, I'm here.
I'm gonna have to edit that out. I'm like, what happened? What happened? Okay, so let's start over. Name a
Okay.
situation where you had a buyer and you was working on getting them a home and something happened, and you had to help them with this challenge. You had to help them get this home still. Something happened. Name a situation where you overcame that battle.
Yeah, yeah. And so, it's crazy because of my 20-year tenure in this business, there's so many things that I've seen. But I think one of the things that why I bring this one up is because of the relationships that I have, right? Yes. And so one time I had a client, they did what we tell every client not to do. Don't go out and buy furniture on your credit or have someone pull your credit where your score drops. We say that all the time. This is a situation that happened after I've been in the industry over 15 years. So when this happened, I actually had a great relationship with the title company, the mortgage company, and actually even knew someone that worked at the bank that they were actually going to get their loan from. And because of that leverage, because of that relationship, I was able to actually make some phone calls and lean on my professional history and allow for that deal to close. Because we were literally 24 hours away from closing when they re-pulled the credit and noticed that credit score had dropped, and they were down. They were like, no, they weren't going to finance it. I had to come in, lean on my leverage and my expertise and me closing transactions with companies like them in the past, and they literally allowed my clients to go through, get their home, their dream home, and that was probably one of the smooth, not the easiest at the closing, but it was most definitely one of the times when I realized what relationship currency could really do for you, and that was the day that my relationship currency turned out to be great.
Relationships is everything, especially when you can just call the mortgage broker, the mortgage company, whoever you're dealing with. Now, people don't understand that that's real. So the biggest thing with this person is you can't get new things. You can't get new credit, and you can't put more debt on your name. And they are going to pull your credit 24 hours before. Some people it's a hard pull, some it's a soft pull, but they're going to look. They want to see if you brought on new debt, like debt to income ratio, you guys. How much debt you have compared to your income. That's huge. So I am so happy that you came on and actually blessed us with all this information. Tell people how they can actually reach out to you, how they can actually find you, and how they can follow you too, because you're on social media.
I am. Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure. This type of energy, I love pouring back into other people. I love taking the 20 years of real estate that I've had and being able to just give that information out to people. But my website is larrywbrooks.com. I'm on social media as the Texas Real Estate King. I'm sorry, the Texas Real Estate King. So you can find me on every platform under Texas Real Estate King. I really pride myself in giving out as much information as I can. I'm also now licensed at Georgia. So for those of you that may be, so I'm in Georgia now. So so I'm just excited about my 20 years of real estate and just being able to use the relationship currency that I have to continue to build up. So LarryWBrooks.com, or you can follow me on social media platforms at the Texas Real Estate King.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna need one of those shirts too. I was
Pure
on social media, everybody. I seen. I was like, oh my gosh, you got shirts. Yeah. And now I'm pregnant too. I seen that you was at. Would you at the Invest Fest too?
I was at the Invest Fest. I've been
I can't do any of that right now. I'm like, oh my gosh.
They were right up the street from you too.
I know.
Right there. So it was that was an amazing opportunity. I've been following those guys the last 2 years. I met them when they came to Houston for one of the EYL events, and then just kind of kept up with that relationship. So myself, along with the clothing brand that I have, real estate has afforded me the opportunity to go into the clothing industry, and Pure Hustle is something that I build my businesses around. And so that's where I go with that.
Well, I really appreciate you, and I'll be trying to figure out how I gotta get me a shirt after this, you guys. But make sure you
gotta do is send me your size and address, and it's yours. I got you.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to wait because I'm getting huge right now. I'm getting huge right now. Okay. I'm gonna have to get me. I'm usually a medium, but I'm kind of in the large right now. May go to extra large. I'm only halfway there. But I really appreciate you coming on. Make sure you guys go ahead and follow him. I'm gonna make sure I have everything down below. And if you're looking to buy a home in Houston, not even just Houston, like he said, he can help you in Houston, he can help you in Texas, and two, if you're in Georgia, because he's in Georgia, he can help you out also. And I just had somebody from the lady was from Alabama, but he commented that he was in Georgia. So definitely I'll make sure he get in contact with you. But thank you so much for coming on. I'll make sure I send you my size information because I definitely want me a shirt. And I'll see you later. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
There's so many people out there with debt, so much debt, you guys, that they can't even get a car, they can't get a mortgage, they can't even get a credit card. Like, I mean, a $200 credit card. Some people can't even get a secure credit card. So that's why I created my exclusive credit membership, and it's only $1, you guys. So my exclusive credit membership, you guys will actually get the letters to delete bankruptcies, charge off, repossessions, any negative account that you have in your credit reports. I have the letter so you guys can get that deleted. But guess what? Just because you guys are a part of my exclusive membership, you can get all those letters. But say if you don't want to do all that work, I have it so that you guys can get free credit repair. So that means I will actually start working to help you remove these accounts from your credit reports. And look right here, look all the results that my clients are getting. So definitely remember, you guys can join my exclusive membership for just $1. And I'll have that link down below. Or you guys can text SCORE 21,000 and you guys will have that link. So I'll see you guys in my exclusive membership.